Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
Good afternoon and welcome. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississauga. Of the credit, today this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuits. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium universitates torontonenses vocatis sumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissima cancellaria, presento tibi hoscis scholares, ut adventantur ad grados varios, testor quae eos quod omnia quae statutor requirant aptos et dinios esse.
Et profectum huiesque provinciae, huiesque magnae patriae, et profectum omnium nationum, omnibus interis conjectarum. Ago executoritate mihi toti, universitate commissar. Et mitto vos grados varios, quarum ura bubisto, epito quoquar ut omnia confictiatas muneraquar et illus gradus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Trevor Young, and it's my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as Vice President and Provost. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting our Chancellor, Dr. Rose Patton, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, perhaps a translation will be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights and privileges, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so, my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating class of 2024 from St. Michael's College. That's it. You're done. Warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a warm welcome to everybody who's joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times, and today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 680,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members, but we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student, and thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest and I believe most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. And I would also ask you to join me and the platform party in thanking them with a very vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized. You will then leave the stage using the ramp, exit out the door, and around the hall. At that point, you will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized individually. I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage today. I believe it will be Juan Sebastian Villegas. Are you here, Juan? Can you stand up? Thank you. So, everyone remember Juan, and please do return to your seat. Respecting our ongoing commitment to health and safety, we will forego the traditional handshake, but we will applaud enthusiastically as you pass on the stage. Thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once more, warmest congratulations. Before we continue, I'd like to recognize that this is a very challenging time for many in our community. We acknowledge the pain and suffering felt by many impacted by the conflict in the Middle East. But yet today's ceremony is a time for celebration and for hope. Convocation is the place where our graduates have the opportunity to mark this wonderful milestone with their loved ones. With that in mind, I would respectfully ask everyone here today to allow our graduating students to have their moment to cross the stage without disruption or any interruption. Thank you so much. It is now my privilege to introduce today's Convocation speaker, Donald Morrison. A global technology executive, Mr. Morrison has extensive experience in the telecommunications industry, having held senior leadership roles in Canada, the United States, Europe, and the Middle East. He currently serves as chairman of the board of Laconic Global Inc. and is the chairman of the Dalai Lama Center for Ethics and Transformative Values at MIT. He is the founder of Ontario Global 100, a network of CEOs dedicated to helping Ontario businesses initiate and implement global expansion. He has also established the Morrison Family Foundation, which supports research at the Hospital for Sick Children. An alumnus of St. Mike's, Mr. Morrison holds a BA and MBA from the University of Toronto. Please welcome Donald Morrison to the podium.
Well, here we are. Congratulations. And so Chancellor Padden, Elder Robert Phillips, Vice President Provost Young, President Sylvester, Principal Mora, distinguished faculty and staff of the University of Toronto and of St. Mike's College, proud parents, ladies and gentlemen, and graduating students of the Science and Commerce programs here at St. Mike's and University of Toronto. Welcome and congratulations. It's a great honor to be here. I was in your position just 50 years ago, if you can believe it. And I'll tell you, it just feels like you could snap your fingers and time has gone by. But I'm very grateful. If I could just say a word about myself in the context of the university, I'm very, very grateful for the start I got here. I went to St. Mike's and I had the great honor of continuing on and getting another degree afterwards, simply because I studied Far Eastern religion and it really wasn't working in the field of business. But in any case, in my case, when I entered the college, I don't know if it was at all like you, I didn't have much faith in myself. And there was a gentleman there who had been the registrar at St. Mike's College. His name was Father Gardner. He's a Basilian priest. He's since passed. And he believed in me more than I believed in myself. He gave me my first job and trusted me, and I wanted to reciprocate. And so among other things, one of the things he said to me was, you pick your professors before you pick your courses. And that stuck with me. And in the years past, I've also done the same in terms of picking companies and the places I wanted to work. But I wonder sometimes whether we who have graduated from the University of Toronto really fully appreciate just how extraordinary this institution is on the world stage. It is typically ranked in the top 20 to 25 academic institutions in the world. I remember one time I was with my daughter. We'd been walking around in the mountains of Nepal for a month, and I was coming home, and President Gertler's predecessor, Dave Naylor, was in the airport at Hong Kong, and he was telling me, we just met there by chance, and he told me all about the reputation that University of Toronto has in the Asian community. If you take a look at some of the statistics, all of which you can get through ChatGPT or any other means, you see that we have almost a perfect record for academia. I don't quite know what this measurement is, but it's 99.79 in terms of perfection of academia. And I think that that is a tremendous indication of the quality of the learning experience, which is a tribute to the faculty, both of St. Mike's and the University of Toronto. I think it wouldn't be inappropriate, actually, to give a round of applause to the faculty that have guided you over the course of the last several years. Now, there is a reason why I said all that, and it is this, and you'll find this as you go forward. You want to be proud of the institution that you have just spent so many years at, and you should feel justifiably proud not only of having been selected to come here for university, but because of today and what today signifies in your life, that you're actually graduating from one of the finest academic institutions in the world. Now, I don't have a lot of time. I've got three very simple things I want to say to you. The first one is I just want to give you a couple of thoughtful comments around getting started. I then want to say a little bit on the concept of character. And the third thing is I just want to talk briefly about the journey of life, if you can handle it. First of all, just getting started. Super quick story just to set the tone for this. When I was at St. Mike's High School, before I came to St. Mike's College, when I was in grade 13, we had that back then, it's a long time ago, there was a kid walking around the high school with a University of Toronto jacket that said forestry on the back. And I couldn't believe that somebody in high school knew what they were going to do with their career at such a young age. I, on the other hand, struggled. And, it was very kind what Trevor said when he was introducing me. But you need to know that when I got started, I suspect I could have conceivably been least likely to succeed, certainly when I graduated from high school. And I had three monumental failures in my early 20s after I left St. Mike's College at U of T after I graduated. Failed with not going to law school, and then I applied to every teacher's college in Southern Ontario and got turned down, and then had a disastrous time at one of Canada's finer financial institutions. So you'd wonder how the heck I got to where I am today. And the simple fact is that you have to persevere. And I think you have to be patient with yourself. For those of you that may not know just exactly where you're going to go, I just say be gentle with yourself. And there's a playwright in the Theatre of the Absurd called Edward Albee, and he had a line which was, sometimes you have to go a long way out value to carry with you. Just something as simple as that. Somebody who has been as successful as he has been. And so I just share that with you. It hit me as just being refreshing and frankly somewhat, I'd say almost surprising that it was coming from someone like him. Finally, I think it's appropriate because I come from the company that brought you BlackBerry. I suspect you probably remember the BlackBerry now that it's in the annals of history. But we used to have, and this is the Canadian thing, which is this humble thing. And you go back over the last 50, 60 years, places around the world where Canadians are respected. We're respected for our capacity to mediate and to bring order to things. But inside of that is a very authentic humility. And we used to have an expression at RIM was don't anybody walk around breaking their arm, patting themselves on the back. So I just say, carry with you, I think, some of that Canadian identity, which I think is very much at odds with the way people think they need to conduct themselves today in order to be successful. Humility is a very important aspect of character. The final thought is one that I've been spending a lot of my time thinking about. I'm even writing a book on it right now. And it's the simple fact that there's two journeys in life. The first journey is the journey that you're on right now. Today is an enormous point of demarcation as you go from the university out into whatever it is that you're going to do with your career. This is the journey of success and growth and building an identity. It's the human journey. The second journey is the journey of meaning and purpose. And this is a journey of choice because it goes beyond what you do for yourself. It is what you, at some point, there'll be a restless voice inside of you, as it has been for anybody that I think is reflective and ethical, that you think about what else is there once you achieve some degree of success. And the answer is it has nothing to do with you, that it has everything to do with what you can do for others. And that will be ultimately, at the end of the day, the measure by which, the method by which you'll be measured, both in terms of what you have personally accomplished, but more importantly, what it is that you have contributed, where the contribution has been given with no expectation of it being reciprocated, that you just did it out of your love and compassion for the benefit of others. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for continuing on the tradition of excellence here at the University of Toronto, class of 2024, and I wish you all the best with whatever life has to offer. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from St. Michael's College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Science. Samira Omer Abdallah. Gabriela Abdi. Umdia Adam. Iniolua Temilade Adebdapo. Adedoyin Tamilolua Adeyemi. Nilgun Afshartus. Dua Malik Ahmed. Leila Ahmed. Saib Saad Ahmed. Jeren Akmil. Makdis Ali. Mohammed Ali. Aurora Maria Almonte. Victor Alvarez. Tia Isabel Amari. Mohammed Shahmir Attar. Trisha Serene Avila Pinnock. Guillermo Bacelar Rocha. Luning Bai. Kavya Sidalakshmi Balakshrinan. Jennifer Laura Barrett. Jessica Sophie Bautista Acosta. Mao Shu Bian. David Andre Birsan Opritsoyu. John Bustani. Rebecca Adriana Maria Bozzo. Ryan A. Bronsman Thomas. Jide Hezekiah Buri Moore. Chun Hui Tsai. Yutong Tsai. Tony Cao. Theodora Alba Chernuski. Amal Shaba. Curtis Taylor Chan. King Ho Chan. Oh Jung Chang. Gur Ratan Pal Chata. Nyat Min Chao. Jonathan Chuan Chen. Lina Chen. Mo Hao Chen. Rui Chen. Wenqi Chen. Shi Chen. Yi Chen Chen. Rosita Chu. Jennifer Chue. Un Ki Chue. Jamie Chow. Raveen Christian Joy Rajakumar. Amy Chung. Christina Comiso. Vincenzo Luciano Costanzo. Chiara Maria Daddario. Annie Runxuan Dai. Yi Dai. Jia Fong Dong. Rumaisa Dawood. Maria Paz de Barros Barreto Scavone. Maria Degcharieva. Clarice Alarcon Donato. Guan Hao Dong. Shui Rui Dong. Su Tong Duan. Miralda Zaguni. Sofia Maria Eros. Elif Erzincan. Jonathan Eyob. Lily Jali Fan. Vicky Fang. Yu Ying Fang. Urian Fatih. Aryan Fazelipur. Hello. Yunqi Feng. Yujia Feng. Anastasia Feja. Madeline Sharon Firmanto. Ji Yi Fu. Junshuan Gao. Michael Gao. Abramo B. Ginevra. Quinn Ernest Godfrey. Ofek Gross. Yuhan Guo. Anusha Gurdasani. Marcia Haider. Lauren Nicole Hall. Sun Ho Ham. Ziwon Han. Ryan Savio Harak. Hediya Hashemi. Janice Juan Hao. Alexander Ollard. Chen He. Jin Xuan He. Zhuo Chen He. Thomas Allen Heaney. Ryan Chan Yat Huang. Daniel John Hosevar. Alexandra Holgate. Alina Yishuan Hu. Stanley Brian Zamora Hua. Fiona Jia Min Huang. Ryan Huang. Tao Huang. Ji Kin Huang. Shato Kwebi J. Wabona. Ching Hui. Sebastian Ibarra Mendez. Isaac Allen Ingleton Caldwell. Matthew Ippolito. Jonathan Seth Eisenberg. Deep Sanjeev Jain. Elia Jamal. Aimun Jamal. Layli Jedi. Haiyang Jiang. Nan Jiang. Yixing Jiang.
Mom, I did it!
Joanna Joseph. Anirudh Kalia. Megan Liwen Kao. Farhan Sakir Karepilakail. Tony Kassir. Tigofatso Mabel Kelesiti. Wing Yan Melanie Kyung. Manush Khan. Rohana Kandakar. Jasmine Katra. Chun Woo Kim. Hae-in Kim. Kyung-hyun Kim. Min-jong Kim. Se-hee Kim. Amber May King. Renee Koike. Chunjin Kong. Taiwo Oluwatoyin Korodele. Deanna Coroton. Sophia Kotarat. Sahana Kunanayagam. Ethan Haoyin Lam. Jonathan Isaac Lam. Nori Lam. Rodney Braden Land. Angelica Sophia Lau. Catherine Jung-chi Lau. Natalia Isabel Lazo Herska. Dong Wook Lee. Se-yun Lee. Tat Him Arthur Lee. Tsu Yi Lee. Hao Min Lung. Elizabeth Yufeng Yujia Lee. Jia-yin Lee. Jin-young Lee. Ling-fei Lee. Meng-shi Lee. Mu-zi Lee. Wing-yan Grace Lee. Yi-xuan Lee. Ze-rui Lee. Jiran Lee. Jishuan Lee. May I ask you to move up a little more? Rui Liang. Wanxi Liang. Dongwoo Lim. Edwin Lin. Shmiley Lin. Yuan Chen Ling. Raymond Z.H. Liu. Ximin Liu. Yifan Liu. Kuei-Lin Liu. Arshia Lotfinia. Jushan Liu. Shan Liu. Winnie Liu. Xinyu Liu. Lucas Evan Kisur Lyons. Silin Liu. Sijang Liu. Giovanna Tolier de Macedo. Dipjit Majumdar. Stuart Patrick Malcolm. Saksham Malik. Ashanafi Antene Mondefro. J. Dinesh Mansukani. Hongyu Mao. Letizia Marcella. Olivia Maria Marinelli. Sheila Martins. Colin Jonathan McCurdy. Chelsea A. McDonald Brooks. Akuna Tavania Megwa. Lilit Mesropian. Joshua Douglas Shafiq Mohammed. Jedwin Ethan Mock. Jungan Mu. Jemima Munyaruganda. Josephine Myra Murphy. Sasha Karina Nado. Carmen Nahat. Garaza Nasir. Alexander Nyagoye. Rebecca Nyan. Miljana Nikolowski, Mohammed Hassan Nishat, Nisa Nota, Pinar Ode, Dong-eun Oh, Fariha Tasnim Oishi, Marcela Miriam Onderko, Trin Michael Orsag, Shahzad Panthaki, Thushaharan Parumasivam, Jimin Park, Jun Hyuk Park, Sehwan Park, Taehwan Park, Shivani Patel, Opal Ashok Patil, Raylin Pang, An Pham, Betty Pham, Andrei Pilenkov, Charles Matthew Pinto, Kasper Franz Poland, Patrick Louis Palichikio, Anastasia Georgia Radicic, Afnan Rahman, Anita Rajkumar, Aditya Ramanathan, Gabrielle Anya Ramasar, Sarah Reda Khalil, Christine Marie Reeve, Aryan Regmi, Jean, I'm sorry, may I invite you? Oh, there you go. Jean Marie Roner Saracen, Michael Jordan Rubenstein, Sabrina Borges Saboya, Yasemin Saidi, Elizaveta Saitova, Carla Paris Santini, Naoto Sato, Ralitza Sevova. Bamdad Shamai. Ayana Sharma. Vahan Shekyan. Purui Shi. Yanjin Shi. Kyungmin Shin. Teodoro Simonelli. Jasper Yu-Hin Sin. Gion Sinha. Luna Sludoya. Suba Sohail. Noah Daniel Stong. Zhu Tai Su. Mu Xuan Sun. Luisa Jesselyn Sundoro. Charles Joseph Swaney. Munib Ul Hassan Saeed. Sungchit Adrian Tai. Chin Young Tam. Junyue Tang. Ralaine Balani Tapia. Amanda Marie Tassone. I'm sorry, may I just ask you? There you go. Jasleen Udehan. Umair Mansour. Jason Vigneswaran. Alexi Maximilian Marie Forstmann. Fei Wang. Jiaxin Wang. Jingwei Wang. Mengfei Wang. Chaoyu Wang. Qingyuan Wang. Runzi Wang. Yumeng Wang. Zhen Wang. Yi Wei. Camille Wemiguans. Valerie Stella Wirianto. Chi Ching Wang. Jessie Wu. Jie Wu. Qing Yu Wu. Vanessa Wu. Yubing Xia. Zinan Xing. Chen Shui Xu. Jiarui Xu. Siyi Xu. Shuo Yan. Xinyang Yan. Benjamin Shichu Yang. Bernard Young. Yi Yang. Yu Tong Yang. Zhuo Cheng Yang. Runshen Yao. Mohammed Hani Yassin. Yisi Ye. Patrice Deandra Sui Ling Yi. J.U. Yo. Mika Young. In Sung Yun. Catriona Yu. Run Yu. Yuan Hua Yu. Patrick Yuan. Jeff Ewan. Hanwen Zhang. Hechen Zhang. Jiayi Zhang. Ning Zhang. Ping Fang Zhang. Qiyi Zhang. Rui Zhi Zhang. Siyu Zhang. Tianhe Zhang. Tyrone Taeyu Zhang. Victor Zhang. Yushan Zhang. Zihao Zhang. Ji-Hui Zhang. Zimo Zhang. Chong Tao Zhao. Ke-Xin Zhao. Lucas John Zhou. Xiaoying Zhou. Fulin Zhu. Hanyu Zhuang. Yer Zhou. Candidates from St. Michael's College who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Shanzeh Faisal. Catherine Louise Williams Hazelman. Nairi Lazarian. Jing Li. Chao Yu Liu. Thakshana Srinathan. Juan Sebastian Villegas.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank you all for your participation and your patience. To the family and friends and those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have each made this a more memorable occasion for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Chancellor Rose Patton for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish also to thank the many colleagues and friends of the university who have participated in the Convocation, whose names you will find in the program. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this Convocation ceremony to a close on this, which is your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come. I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dismissum est.